It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
Just about set. Anders Carlson has the ball teed up. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. This taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Indianapolis led out by their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. The number 4 overall pick in 2023. Had some highlight moments, but injured most of the year. Greg now in his second year in the NFL out of Florida.
We throw around so loosely these days, Mike, the idea of being a physical freak, right? This specimen that we just aren't accustomed to seeing, let alone at the quarterback position. The arm talent, the ridiculous blend of size and speed, the ability to make plays with your feet and extend. All of these things come to mind when we look at this guy. Now, going forward, how does he strike that balance between being the game changer and that aggressive athlete with the ball in his hand, but also finding a way to stay on the field and be able to develop? Make no mistake about it, though. The energy in this stadium is palpable, and he's the biggest reason why.
And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Anthony Gould was the intended target. It's second down. Out of shotgun, Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. From the gun, Richardson. He manages to get the throw away, and, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds.
On first down, it's Richardson. And that is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And he'll take it on in. Josh Downs. Touchdown, Colts. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn, and had a really good first year as a starter.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
Come on, set. Ready?
On 2nd down, Love. And they're going to get him again. Remarkable. How about that to start the game? 2 sacks on the first 2 plays. Kwity Paye bursting through to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell, and what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Now a man who is a collegiate star here in the Badger State. It's Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter.
Okay, ready?
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Come on.
Richardson. That's to the left side. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. Good work to get the 1st down, and Greg, maybe good fortune that they're able to keep possession after the fumble.
And I know where his mind is, Mike. He's so focused on getting that 1st down, which he does a great job getting, but it can't.
Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keyshawn Nixon. And a good return here as he is out of bounds up at the 45.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Packers offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. First and 10.
Set, hut.
On the ground, this is the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Set, ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Love. To the goal line and in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Josh Downs now on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready for this next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. Here's Richardson. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. The Packers have it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our tie.
Here we go. Here we go. Set, hut.
On play action, Love. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
Ready.
Throwing on second down, Love. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Carlson now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Packers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, this is Downs. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Looking middle, and he's got Downs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Richardson going to look to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. And they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. That one complete to Pierce. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they are into field goal range at the 27.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Richardson. That is caught. What a throw. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Packers offense going to get it one final time in this 1st half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down.
Here we
Now Love completes this one. That's Christian Watson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Ready.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They go right back to Musgrave. He's got it again. And he's in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Packers. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Packers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. On the return, this is Downs. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime now at Lambeau, and the Packers are on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. It was an excellent first half from quarterback Jordan Love. He was slicing and dicing this defense and wound up with 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Packers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Ready.
Dobbs headed in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. A second down throw for Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To the left side in the hands of Watson. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Packers.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Come on, set. Set.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on them early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. A good play action with Love. This one, up top for Dobbs.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Packers have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, this is Downs. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Richardson to throw it here on first down. That's complete. Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. The Packers have it. A big effort for the defense to come up not only with the fumble, but a very good return. And the offense, Greg, is in business. It's first and goal.
Great awareness, Mike, by the defender. Not only to secure the recovery, but then to turn into a runner. Thought he was going to score for a minute, but either way, his offense now is in prime position, first and goal, hoping to capitalize.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
A run on first and goal. A second effort, and he is in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Carlson now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, this is Downs. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Let's go back and scroll through some of their drives. One theme, Greg, going to keep emerging throughout. Too many turnovers.
Yeah, I think it's been a combination of just carelessness, right? Some sloppy play offensively that has caused some of them. But also, let's give some credit to the defense. I think in a lot of the cases, they're also forcing these takeaways, punching the ball out, going up for interceptions. They've been in the right place at the right time. So, combination of really good defense at times, and at times, really bad offense.
And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Richardson operating from the pistol. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
That's to the... Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. The Packers have it. He's to midfield. Inside the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers are going to extend their lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return, this is Downs. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Richardson. This throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Richardson. Open man, right side. He's got it. Give him 14 on that one. That's good for a Colts first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves.
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Keyshawn Nixon going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. So, it's a win for the Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.